Hey YouTubers, well, got another video review for you. This one here is on the new NEBO. This is the Slim 1200. Well, if you're wondering why they call this one the Slim 1200, well, NEBO put this thing on a diet and they have slimmed it down. You can see it's not very thick, so some of you might like that, some of you might not, but it does come in handy, and it does have its benefits. First being, if you'll notice here on the back, it has this little clip on there, and I gotta say, if you're wanting to work hands-free and you don't want to wear a headlamp, then you could always clip this on the front of your pocket there. I give the original Slim light that I had to my sister-in-law, and she uses it to walk the dogs with at night. And so what she'll do is stick it on the front of her pants and just turn it on while she's walking, and she'll have the dog leash in one hand and probably her cell phone in the other. So this just helps you be hands-free. Also, if you want to use the magnetic feature, then it's got a little magnet right in there, so you can put it on a work surface. Let's say you're working up underneath the hood of a car, you just stick it up underneath the hood and let it shine down onto the engine compartment. Also, it has a magnet here at the base, so again, whatever you're working on, let's say you're working on something magnet or metal here, then you can hook it onto, and you can adjust it in different ways. So it just comes in really handy, puts the light where you need it. So that's what it's all about. Moving on, first thing that you'll notice whenever you pick it up is it has a little bit of weight to it, and that's because it has a built-in power bank. So the way that you access that power bank is you lift this little silicone dust cover right in here, and you lift up on it and just kind of twist it out of the way, and you can see right in there that there is a USB type C port. So what you do is plug that in, and then plug the other end into your phone. Now, it's not going to come with that phone charging cable because we all have different phones now, but you'll have to get the appropriate cable. The only cable that this light comes with is the charging cable, and I have a power bank right here with the charging cable that it comes with, and I'm going to show you how to charge the light up. All you do is just move that little silicone cover out of the way, and then you just plug it in. And then you'll notice when you plug it in, you turn the power bank on, you'll notice right away that there is a red light that turns on and glows. And the reason that comes on is to let you know that it's at 10% or less battery life. Now, once it reaches green, then it'll let you know that it's 10% or more battery life. It takes probably 3-4 hours to charge it up, but once you get it charged up, this thing lasts for a really long time. Now, depending on which mode you run it on, depends on how long the battery will last. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you, if you run this thing on turbo mode, it's 1200 lumens for 30 seconds. The reason it only lasts for 30 seconds is because they're trying to conserve the battery life, so it don't run the light down or the battery down. And number two is it keeps that LED on the inside from overheating and having any problems. So like I said, it's 1200 lumens for 30 seconds. Then once you put it on high mode, which is 700 lumens, which is really still very bright, that'll last for 1.75 hours. Then you can put it down on medium, which is 350 lumens for 3 hours. And then you can put it on low, which is 30 lumens for 12 hours. Then it has a strobe feature. Yep, you heard that right. It's got a strobe feature, which is 700 lumens for 2 hours. And then it has a red feature, a red light feature. And the reason, it has the red light features, it helps preserve your night vision. If you're working outside at nighttime, you just put it on the red light feature, and it keeps your eyes from getting tired out. Anyways, it also has a red strobe feature, and both of the red lights put out 8 lumens, and the constant light puts out 8 lumens for 4 hours. The red strobe puts out 8 lumens for 6 hours. And then lastly, it has a laser pointer feature. So the way that works is you just mash the button right there, and you can see when it's got a laser pointer. And I'll go ahead and tell you, this thing will shoot a long freaking ways. I've shot it at my neighbor's house a while ago, and he's probably a good 125 yards away, and it would go way past that. I was just out playing around with it. So if you want to drive your cat or dog crazy, then obviously this would be lots of fun. I think I've touched on about everything on the light. Now, it is IPX7 water rated, so it's water resistant. It's just not waterproof. So you can't go diving with this thing in the ocean and expect it to still work. If you out in the rain, then if it gets rained on, it's probably not going to be a big deal. Since it has all these little covers and stuff on it, you'll want to make sure that they're pushed in, and that way no water can get down into that charging port. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and run you through the different modes inside, so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to take it outside, show you just how bright it is. Now, first things first, when you mash the button, you can see that the light turns on high, and it's super freaking bright. I mean, like I said, this thing on high puts out 700 lumens for 1.75 hours. So that's more light than you'll need for working on something, up close. Now you can take this button right here on the side and hold it in, and it goes to turbo mode. You can see that it brightened up to 1200 lumens. Now, I don't know if the camera picked that up very well because I'm in a lighted room, so I don't know if the camera can see the change, but I know that you can see the dust on my table once I kick that up. And then after 30 seconds, that turbo mode will drop down back into high mode. So you probably won't notice it too much. It doesn't drop all at once. It's more of like a gradual decrease in lumens. So the reason it does that is it's called smart power control, and basically it just helps preserve some of your battery life, and it's a little easier on your eyes. So that is pretty neat. Then you click it again, and it'll turn off. So when you switch between modes, you have to do it pretty quick, and you can see that there is the different modes. If you wait more than just a few seconds and you click it again, it turns the light off. So there's high, there's medium, there's low, there's red, and then it turns off. And then if you want to do the laser, you hold the button in, and then if you want strobe, then you mash the button twice, and it goes to the last known setting. So if you were on a red light before and you double click, it's going to go to red. If you're on white and you double click, it's going to go to a white strobe. So let me show you again. If you go down to the red setting, and the last setting is this red light, and you double click, it's going to go into red strobe. See what I mean? So that is pretty cool. So I'm going to take you outside and show you the light modes in the dark, and show you just how much light this thing actually does put out. It's more than what you think, I promise. Here it goes. So you can see right there, this light lights up the whole side of the house, and that is just on high. Now watch this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but I'm going to hold the button in and put it on turbo mode. And there goes 1200 lumens. And yes, this thing is ridiculous. I mean, you can see the top of the tree in my front yard. There's a shed. I mean, you can see way down into the yard. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's pretty impressive for a light this size, and puts out a pretty wide bit of light. So that's that's pretty handy, especially if you're working on something. And so anyways, now I'm going to hit the light again, and it's going to turn it off. So I'm going to run through the features one more, or through the modes again. So here's high, there's medium, and even on medium, you can still see side of the house. I mean, it's pretty crazy. You shine it down in the yard again, and you know, it goes pretty good ways. So now I'm going to do low. You got to turn it off. There's high, there's medium, and then here's low. Now low is not quite as bright. You can't see the side of the house like you could with medium or high. But you know, if you're using this as a light just to you know, walk the dog or change a tire or something like that, that's plenty. Then there's high, there's medium, there's low. Hit it again, and there is the red light. You can see that right there. So that is a nice light. Like I said, if you want to preserve your night vision, I don't know how great the camera's going to pick this up, but you know, this is a lot easier on your eyes if you're working outside at nighttime. And also, I've got a friend that's in the Marines. I asked him, you know, about the red light, and he said that's what they used to read maps over when he was in the desert. And he said it was also a good light to keep from giving away your location. But anyways, once the light's on red, then you double click, and that gives you a red strobe. So, you know, if you want to get somebody's attention, then it'd be a good way to do it. Now, I'm going to turn it back on high. You double click high, and then it puts it on the white strobe. So if you're trying to get somebody's attention, that's definitely the mode for you. But anyways, I just want to show you guys, like I said, just how bright this thing is. And I'm going to kick it back up to turbo mode one more time. And there's a tree right here, pretty tall sweet gum tree, and you can see that I can see the very top of that thing. So you know, again, it's really bright. Now if you're wondering, is this going to be a good light to keep in your vehicle? Absolutely. The small size, with it being a slim light, allows you to, you know, keep it in your console or wherever. But when it's time to use it, you can easily see to change a tire. I mean, literally, that's on high, and then there's turbo mode. So yeah, if you need to work on your vehicle, this light is definitely going to give you the output that you want in such a small size. So anyways, I think I covered everything about this light. I really do appreciate you guys watching, and please like and subscribe to my channel. And if there's a light that you'd like to see me do a review on, please put it down in the comments, and I'll try to get it and do a review on it. If there's a comparison between lights you would like to see, hey, put it in there. I'll try to get it and do a review. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.